Now let's talk about data frames and see them live in action. The data set I'm going to first work with is a data set that you guys know best because you're a part of it. This is the perception of people at a party. And here you can see the data just as we discussed and the URL where you can get this data. And I want to talk about the general format of this data and how we're going to specify the technical terms for all of the data that we're seeing. In the data above, you can see a number of different columns. Each columns run from top to bottom. For example, several is one column, a few is another column. And we call each of these columns and the data in each column as a variable. So these variables are the different variables that talk about the observations that we're observing for every single person who takes the survey. So I said observation, and that's exactly what every row is. So every row, for example, index 0, index 1, index 2, is technically called an observation. So looking at just row 0, row with the index 0, we know that the person who responded to the survey felt that several people attended the party was interpreted to mean 5 people because we see 5 under the variable several. Likewise, they also feel a few was 5, many was 10, a couple was 4, and so forth. This is how we're going to refer the data. But what I'm interested in is actually let's do something with the data. Let's get working in Python. Let's get our hands dirty. So to do that, we're going to go ahead and just bring up a Colab notebook. So Carly, can you go ahead and bring up a Colab notebook so we can run this?
Yep, I have one up right now.
So as I write this out, Carly, can you just kind of follow along and then we'll see what the results are live on your screen
Yep.
as I'm writing this out. And I encourage you to both type the code and write the code because by writing the code and filling out this worksheet, you're actually internalizing exactly what you're going to be typing and understanding each piece of it. So as with every Python program, the first thing we're going to type is import pandas as PD to load in that pandas library. The second thing is we're going to go ahead and load the data set. So this is df is equal to pd.read underscore CSV. And then we're going to type the exact physical address that we're going to get to the website where the data is. And here it's hosted on my faculty website at https://waf.cs.illinois.edu/discovery/ this is the party data set. So we have party.csv. And then finally, we want to actually not just load the data set, but we also want to display the data set. So to do that, the very last line in our cell needs to be to actually display the data itself by typing df. And the combination of these 3 lines, to import the pandas library, to then read the CSV file from the internet, and then to display it, we're going to see, and what I expect to see is I expect to see this exact data set that I have up here being shown on the screen. And what do you see, Carly?
That's exactly what I see. The same exact thing with 56 rows.
Awesome. So this is how you start to get a data set inside of Python. For the rest of the series, we're going to follow these same steps so that we can dive into data and start working with data sets and find answers to really interesting questions.